Well, good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening, and I'm great. And how are you?
I am doing wonderful. It is lunchtime where I live.
Oh, really? And here is 9 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, so where are you?
I'm in Russia. I live in the Yekaterinburg city. Yekaterinburg. The city is called Yekaterinburg.
Okay, cool. I don't know where that is. Where is that?
It's situated in the Ural Mountains, in the middle of Russia, in the center of Russia, let's say. Yeah.
Very nice. I live in the mountains as well, but I live in the United States, in Tennessee.
Okay.
I live in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains, which in the special section I have is called the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, I've heard about it, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Really?
In fact, the city where I live is called Knoxville, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And within like a 30-minute drive, I can be in what's called the Great Smoky Mountain National Park.
Wow, that's great. I would love to visit it one day.
Oh,
but unfortunately, I've never been to USA.
Oh, well, it's a wonderful place to live. I've traveled to many places, but I always have to come home.
Of course. Home sweet home.
Oh, yes. So what do you do?
Actually, I have a bachelor degree in economy. So I'm like an economist. I have studied economy, and I graduated from the university like almost 10 years ago. Yes, but recently I decided that I don't like this job at all. So I'm thinking now, what can I do? And yeah, I want to improve my spoken English, and maybe one day, I don't know, I will connect my life with the English language somehow. Yes.
You speak very well.
Thank you. Yes, I've traveled not a lot, but I've traveled to some countries, and I lived in Morocco like 2 years ago. I came back. Yes, came back.
I'm sorry, you live where?
Morocco.
Oh, Morocco.
Okay.
Yeah,
Morocco.
I've never been to Morocco, so you've got one on me there. Oh yes.
Yeah.
What was it like there?
Oh, it's a very interesting place. Yes, especially for the tourists. You can visit a lot of attractions. There are lots of like things to do and places to visit, like historical cities, ancient medinas, and great culture, good food,
Mm-hmm.
And yes, and I was in the desert, and I rode the camel there at night. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes, I saw the Atlantic Ocean. Yes, I was in Casablanca, in Marrakesh, in Fez, and yes, I've traveled a lot around Morocco by car. Yes.
Oh, I'm jealous. I've always wanted to see those places.
Yeah, you should go there one day. It's really wonderful. Yeah, I like it so much.
And I'm trying to figure out how to spell Marrakesh. I'm gonna misspell it. Okay. Do you have a family?
Yeah, I had a husband before, but now I'm divorced. That husband from Morocco. He was a Moroccan man, That's why I was living in Morocco. Yeah, but now I live with my mom. Yeah, that's it.
I know how you feel. I'm divorced. I was divorced too, and I'm remarried now.
Oh, good. Good that you have found another life partner. I mean.
Oh yes. I am very happy. She's wonderful. And between my first marriage and my second marriage, I had 2 sons, and my wife had 2 daughters and 1 son. So there are 5 kids now.
Really? Oh, such a big family.
Well, most of them don't live at home, fortunately.
Okay, they're grown-ups.
Mostly. Their ages range from, we have 27, 25, 21, 18, and 13.
Oh, okay. And how many children live in your house?
2.5.
2.5. How should I understand this 2.5? Why 2.5?
What my oldest son, my youngest son, my 21-year-old, he lives with us half the time and lives at his mom half of the time.
Oh, okay, I understand. 2.5.
I'm impressed that you understood that. That's good.
Yeah, I understand.
But it's wonderful. Our oldest daughter, that was from the 2 daughters are my wife's children, and our youngest son was my wife's child, but I consider them all mine now. But our oldest daughter had a baby almost a year ago. So I've got a granddaughter now too.
Okay, so you're a granddad now. Congratulations.
Oh, I don't like that word. It makes me feel
really?
so
No, come on. You should be glad that you have a grandson.
Yes, she is adorable.
Yeah, can imagine.
But yes, the idea of being a grandfather, I got plenty of gray hair, so I guess I could be called a grandfather very easily.
Yeah, maybe soon you will have a lot of grandchildren, I think.
With 5 kids, I imagine you're right.
Yeah.
Well, none of the other kids have any serious girlfriends or boyfriends or anything like that, so I keep telling them, take your time.
Yeah, they're still young, I think.
I hope so. So what do you do for fun? What is something that you do to just go out and relax?
Yeah, I like to go to the cinema to watch a good movie, I like to go to cafes, or restaurants with my friends. Yes, I don't have a lot of friends, but I have 2 very good ones, 2 very good friends. So we go with them together, yes, and eat and drink, and to watch movie, and we go to the cinema to watch a movie. And what else? Yeah, I like to ride a bicycle in the summertime. Yes, I have a park nearby near my house, so I like to ride a bicycle there because it's very beautiful, green, and fresh air. I like to I'm enjoying the weather and the sun in the summertime.
Very nice. What has
I read books also in English. Yes, I like to read books in English.
I write books.
Really? Wow.
Yes, I have 7 novels. Hold on a second.
Really?
I can't reach them from right here. Let me see if I can. Where's my camera? Okay. You see those books right there.
Oh, okay.
On that shelf. Those are 5 of my novels that I've written.
Really? What do you write about?
Oh, I write mysteries.
Mysteries? Oh, I like that. Sounds interesting.
Whenever I am doing a lesson with a regular student that I see every week or twice a week, I've also written several short stories that I use in my lessons to help just to make them interesting, something new that they've never seen before. And each story focuses on a different area to help you improve your vocabulary, just different kinds of things. And once in a while, I even use my novels in my lessons, and we read chapters of novels to help you improve your listening skills or your reading skills, whichever you need to work on.
No, that's great. That's great. Yeah.
And when I'm not teaching English or writing novels, I'm also a professional driver.
Really? Like a taxi driver?
Bus.
A bus driver?
I drive buses and I teach bus driving as well.
Oh, great. You have a lot of work, a lot of jobs, I think.
Well, after I got divorced, I changed my life entirely. I used to work in an office and I didn't enjoy it, kind of like you're doing right now. Yeah. In America, we say it's like a computer. We're rebooting our life.
Rebooting.
That's when you restart your computer. Well, I restarted my life and changed everything.
Yeah, I understand you. Yeah.
Because I've got a bachelor's degree in business administration and a master's degree in religious studies.
Really?
And now I'm a writer and a teacher and a driver. I don't use any of my degrees.
Yeah. That's strange, yeah. We are lucky, I think.
All right. Well, tell you what, let's go ahead and take a look at what all you've said.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, my dog is barking over there.
What kind of dog do you have?
Yorkshire. I'm not sure how to pronounce this in English. Yorkshire Terrier, the small
Yorkshire
dog.
Terrier. You said it perfectly.
Terrier,
beautiful.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Can you see on the screen the corrections phase?
Okay. Yes, I can see it.
All right. You started off with good evening. I am doing wonderful. That is very nicely said. When I'm teaching a lesson, even if you say it correctly, often I will give you other ways that you can say something too. I'm doing wonderful is wonderful. You could also say, I'm great. I'm doing great. One of my favorites is, I am fantastic. That all means I am doing wonderful. Well done.
Yes, okay.
Here, we said here is 9 o'clock in the evening. Let's just add one thing to it. Let's say it is 9 o'clock in the evening.
Yes, of course.
But it's beautiful. I mean, 9 o'clock, you said that great. Good job. I've also got to compliment you. Your accent is very, very, I can tell that you're Russian, but it is not a very strong Russian accent. It's, in America, it's what we like to say is the cute Russian accent.
Cute, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. And let's say, you could say either my city or the city. I think my city is called, and I'm sorry, I couldn't even try to spell it.
Yekaterinburg, okay.
I will tell you, my Russian is very limited. I can say Privyet, do свидания,
okay.
Добрый вечер, borscht, and vodka. That's the extent of my Russian.
Okay, I understand these words.
One of my Russian students one time told me that if I ever get stuck in Russia, I know vodka and borscht, so I'll be able to drink. I will survive.
It's funny.
All right. It is situated in the Ural Mountains. I like that. It is situated in. It's not how I would have said it, but I like that. That's very good.
And how would you say? How would you say it? You can ask.
I would just say it is in the Ural Mountains. Or actually, I'd say it's. I'd use that contraction. It's in the Ural Mountains. But the way it's situated is, it gives me a little bit different flavor. And I like the way you said it. The way you said it's probably better than the way I would have said it in that case. I kind of like how you did it.
Okay.
All right. I have heard about it. We were talking about the Smoky Mountains there. Let's say instead of it though, since it's the mountains, it's plural. Let's say I have heard about them.
Yeah.
Or if you're talking, if we're talking about the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, we could say it because we're talking about the park. at that
yes,
point.
right. Yeah.
All right. You said, wow, it is great. I would love to visit. Oh, that was my mistake, not yours. I would love to visit it one day.
Yes, it.
That's my mistake, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to visit it one day.
Mm-hmm.
It is a wonderful place to visit. All right. I have never traveled to, and remember, it's always the USA, the United States.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Anytime you have United in the team, like United Kingdom, United Arab Emirates, it's always the United Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know this, but sometimes
it's okay.
You can.
Hey, if you're gonna make a mistake with me. I'm the right person to make it with.
Okay.
Actually, I have a bachelor. Let's say bachelor's. In English, we say bachelor's degree. And instead of economy, let's say economics.
Economics. Okay, yeah. Okay. Economics.
So a bachelor's degree in economics. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then recently I decided I don't like this job at all. Okay. Now, you can say it this way.
Mm-hmm.
You can say, I don't like this. Recently I decided I don't like this job at all. If you're kind of quoting yourself. But a little bit better way would be to say, recently I decided I didn't, and just put it into the past tense.
Yeah.
Okay. You can say it the way you've originally said it. However, this is just a little bit better. Okay. I want to improve my spoken English, and maybe one day I will connect my life with, let's say, since we're talking about the language, the English language.
The English. Yeah.
That's interesting. I want to pause here on the corrections to find out what do you think you want to do to connect your life to English?
Maybe teach children. I don't know, small children.
Oh, that'd be
English,
great.
The English language, yes. Yes, I have some ideas. I don't know. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, let's see.
I think that'd be great. That's a great goal. You are more patient than I am. I can teach adults, but I don't like to teach children. I'm not that patient.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Then I've traveled. You said not a lot. Let's say you said the word but. But
not a lot. Yes, but not a lot.
It sounds like you've traveled a lot to me. You've been all over.
Yeah, I've been in Europe and in Morocco.
And let's say I have lived in Morocco.
Yes,
Is that little preposition there?
I didn't say it. I've lived in Morocco.
That might have been my fault. I might have not typed it. I don't know for sure. It could be my fault, so don't worry about that one too much. It's let's say a very interesting place. We're talking about the place.
Yes.
It's a place. It's especially for the tourists. Very nice. You can visit a lot of attractions. Perfect. I cannot think of a better way to say it. So we're not even going to touch that one. Beautifully said. I was in the desert and I rode a camel there at night. I am jealous. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, 2 times. I rode a camel 2 times.
And I spelled it dessert, not desert. So ignore the way I spelled that.
Okay.
All right. I saw the Atlantic Ocean. Beautifully said. No corrections there. I was in Casablanca and Marrakesh. Very nice. I've always wanted to visit Casablanca ever since I saw the movie.
Really? But you know that the movie wasn't filmed there, actually.
I think it's filmed in Los Angeles, wasn't it?
Yes.
I know, but it still seems very romantic and very mysterious to me.
But they have this cafe, you know, it's called Clock or something like that. Like in the movie, you know.
Rick's,
yeah.
Yeah.
Rick's, yeah. Rick's Cafe. They have it.
Of course, I would be shocked if they didn't. They need to have it. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I had a husband before, but I am divorced. You know, a lot of times
Wow.
we end up in strange places because we fall in love with someone, and yeah, that happens.
It's life.
I ended up in Missouri because of my first wife. Go figure.
Oh. And you came back?
I'm actually from Texas, but I live in Tennessee now.
Oh, okay.
Let's say, instead of saying good, let's say it is good.
Mm-hmm.
It is good that you have found a new life partner.
Mm-hmm.
They are grown up. Yes, they are. Thank you. They are grown up. My oldest son has a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering.
Oh.
Our oldest daughter, she is a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And the other three, we're waiting to see what they want to be when they grow up, if they grow up.
They will, definitely.
All right. How many children live in your house? Beautifully said. Perfect. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
How should I understand that? That's one way to say it. Let me give you a couple of American phrases to use right there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean is the simplest one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
One of my favorites is, can you unpack that for me?
Unpack? Oh, can you unpack that for me?
Right.
Oh, that's
like,
interesting.
like opening your bag and unpacking.
Yeah.
Can you unpack that for me? Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Can you unpack that for me? Okay. Yeah.
That's one of my favorite phrases I use when I don't understand.
Yeah, very interesting.
Or I'll look at someone and say, "You're going to have to unpack that for me."
Okay.
That's very much an American idiom right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, understand.
All right. You are a granddad now. So you're a granddad now. Congratulations. Yay.
You don't like this word, I know.
I'm getting used to it. It's really difficult to think of myself as a granddad. Soon you'll have a lot of grandchildren, I think. Yeah. That is grammatically correct. However, if you say it like that, someone is going to think that you're not a native speaker, because we don't, as a rule, we don't put the I think at the end of the sentence, especially in the United States. If you wanted to sound more native, you could say, soon I think you will have a lot of grandchildren.
Okay, I understand.
We put that. Yeah, we put that at the beginning. Typically, there's nothing wrong with the way you said it. It is correct. However, it's not the most common way to say it.
I understand. Okay, and I think.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I like to go to the cinema to watch a good movie. What kind of movies do you like?
Romantic. I like comedies. I like fantastic movies or fantasy. Fantastic.
Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay, fantasy movies. Yeah.
Very
different
good.
kind of movies, actually.
I'll watch a romantic movie with my wife. But if it's my choice, I'll pick a science fiction or an action or an adventure movie. That's
science fiction. Yes, I forgot the word. Yes, science fiction. I like it too. Science fiction movies.
Any kind of Marvel superhero movie?
Yes, I can watch it too. Yeah. Recently, I've watched like Ant-Man. Ant-Man, it's called, yeah.
Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yes, and Wasp. Yeah, Ant-Man and Wasp. And I liked it.
I saw that one too. Did you see the Avengers Infinity War?
I think no, this one I didn't watch now. I heard about it.
Wait till the next one comes out and then watch them at the same time, because I watched the first one and they left it. We call it a cliffhanger. It's where you end the movie, but it doesn't solve it. It's basically saying we'll explain it in the next movie.
Okay.
And that's how it ended. And I hate movies like that. And you have to wait an entire year to find out what happens, at least.
Yes.
All right, we got a few more to go.
Yeah. How do you call it? The expression, yeah,
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Okay, can you write it somewhere?
Yeah, I'll just put it in the chat here.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Okay. Cliffhanger. See. Cliffhanger.
Yep. Any kind of like television show or movie that just at the end of it, you're going, what happens next? And it doesn't show you. That's called a cliffhanger. It's like you're hanging off the edge of a cliff, wondering if you're going to survive.
Okay, understand. Cliffhanger. Okay. And cliffhanger.
All right, we got just a couple more and a couple minutes left, so let me see if I can get through them. I like to go to the cafe with my friends. Perfect. No corrections whatsoever. We go together to eat and drink and to go to the cinema to watch movies. Beautiful. I like to ride a bicycle in the summertime. You can say a bicycle or my bicycle in the summertime. Either one is fine. Or you can say I like to ride bicycles in the summertime is another way you can say it. The way you said it is fine.
Yeah, just one bicycle.
It is very green and beautiful, and let me give you another. How about and lots of fresh air.
Yeah, and lots of fresh air. Okay, and lots of fresh air.
And I got to learn how to spell of fresh air. There we go. What do you write about? That's great. That's great. Like a taxi driver. I was talking to you about driving. And that's not a complete sentence, but in conversation, that is how we would say it. So I don't want to correct it. If you were writing that, I would say we need to do something different. But in conversation, that was perfect. All right. And Vladimir, I think we're about at the end of our time, aren't we?
Yes, sir. And I just have Galina who just logged in. So we're going to say our goodbyes to Lyubov or Luba.
Yeah, goodbye.
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 It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it was a pleasure for me to talk to you.
All right. So we're going to promote Galina to panelist. And then we're going to make her be able to talk. And there she goes.
Hi, Galina.
How are you? Can you hear us? Галина, вы нас слышите? Мы вас не слышим, Галина, у вас там звук. Поправьте звук.
Yeah, what he said.
I said to fix the sound. Вас не слышно, Галина. Вам надо на компьютере нажать, там появилась такая кнопка. Use your audio computer thing. Такая большая кнопка. Когда Zoom включали, там нужно будет включить звук. О, вот вы включаете, выключаете его. Мы вас до сих пор не слышим, не? Может быть, наушник? Нет, думаю, не в наушнике дело. Вроде бы есть звук. Почему вас не слышно, непонятно. Видите, когда я говорю, зелененькое мигает. А когда вы говорите, ничего не происходит. То есть компьютер не слышит. Там был, когда вы устанавливали Zoom, там была кнопка на браузере. Use your computer... what is it called? Используйте ваш компьютер, звук компьютера, микрофон, компьютерный микрофон. Сейчас я вам по WhatsApp наберу, и мы сейчас решим этот вопрос. Вы по видео ответьте мне на WhatsApp, хорошо? Покажете мне экран с другой стороны. Я вам помогу. Да, Галина, теперь другую часть экрана покажите. Еще чуть-чуть ниже, да. Другую сторону экрана покажите.
If anyone's just tuning in, we're having a few technical issues. Just hold on with it for just a minute. Galina, I can hear you just a little bit. If you're just joining us, we're having a few technical issues. We'll be right with you.
Hi, Doug. She's unable to connect. I guess Zoom is not very user-friendly for everybody. Let me see if I can get maybe somebody else back on there.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Let me see. Yeah, Zoom is very weird. Can you hear me, Doug?
I can hear you just fine.
I can't hear you anymore.
Hello?
Now,
Check.
yes, now I can.
Okay.
Ask if Lyubov wanted to continue. Lyubov,
Yeah, I'm here.
did you want to continue with Doug to finish this lesson?
Yes, I can. Yes,
Perfect.
I want to continue. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
I can
Unfortunately, Galina couldn't figure out with the sound, yes, and I couldn't help her like that.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Поговорим немножко.
Vladimir, can you create a new lesson for me for her? Because I've already closed out the old one.
No worries, we'll do in just 1 second. And her name is Lyubov. And here we go. And we should schedule it for what time? What time is it in Moscow now? 7:30? Yeah.
Probably about that. Yeah, 7:40.
Okay, I'll put it for 8, but you can do it now.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Got it.
Okay. You got it?
I got it.
Okay, please share that screen.
Yep. Give me just a second. There you go. All right. Lyubov, I'd like to do something different this time.
Okay.
Do you like idioms, figures of speech?
Yes, I like it. I like them, of course.
All right. Well, I have got some flashcards
Uh-huh.
that are English idioms. So I thought maybe we could look at that.
Okay, great.
All right.
Bored to death.
So if you hear the phrase bored to death,
Mm-hmm.
what does that make you think?
I think it's like I'm bored, I'm bored here. I have nothing to do, and I'm just dying from it. I don't know.
Excellent.
I want
Excellent.
to escape this situation or something like that.
Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect
very
definition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just means just very bored. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a little harder one. Someone walks up to you and says, "You've got to be kidding."
You've got to be kidding me. Yes, I've heard this one. Yeah, you've got to be kidding me. Yes, it's like a surprise. Like it can be true. It can't be true. Yeah, it can't be true. I don't believe you. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Yeah.
Yes, I can't.
Perfect. You're good at these. Okay, here's a harder one.
Okay.
Sick and tired.
Sick and tired. Yeah, I know this one too.
You do?
Yes, it's like I'm very tired. Yes, I'm very tired of something or of someone. Yeah.
Okay, congratulations. Of all my students, you are the 4th one to ever get that one.
Really? Oh,
ever.
Good. Really?
Yeah, to be upset, bored, frustrated, to be want out of the situation. I am just sick and tired of that.
Yes, I'm very sick and tired.
Here's one of my favorites. Let's call it a day.
Call it a day. No, I don't know this. Call it a day. Maybe it's a good day or what?
That's a really good guess, but it just means to stop work.
To stop work. Okay.
Right. For example, if your boss comes in and says, let's just call it a day.
Uh-huh.
It means that he wants you to just, he wants to stop work early and go home.
Oh, okay.
So if Vladimir ever tells me, let's call it a day, I'm right there for it.
Call it a day.
Okay. How about this one? To get on someone's nerves.
Get on someone's nerves. Yes, annoy someone maybe, or like, annoy or,
You are good at these.
Oh, annoy, irritate, yeah, I guess right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get on someone's nerves, okay.
Okay, here's a fun one. A couch potato.
Couch potato, yeah, I know this one. It's like, yes, it's like you sit down all the day and watch TV and so you are a couch potato.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lazy.
In my house, we call that a teenager.
Okay, teenager. Couch potato, yeah.
Okay, you are good at these. I'm impressed.
Okay.
All right. How about this one? You read my mind.
You read my mind. It means like you guessed like what I wanted to say, or you like you read my mind, like you guessed what I wanted to say. Like
you know what you're going to say. You know what to say.
You know what. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what someone is going to say.
Yeah. Now just remember, to feel blue means something entirely different in the United States than it does in Russia.
Blue. Feel sad. It means feel sad.
Exactly.
Feel blue, yeah.
Okay, here is a very hard one. Okay, just want to warn you.
Okay.
A fender bender.
Yes, and I've never heard about it. Fender bender.
Don't feel bad. It's very much an American phrase. Okay. It basically means a car accident. To bend the fender of the car. The fender is the part. The fender is the part right there by the wheel.
Okay.
Now, a fender bender just means basically it means a small auto accident, not major.
I understand.
You didn't destroy the car, but you got like a dent or just something bent. Not just the fender, but it could be anywhere on the car. But that's what we call it. Now, one thing that we do with that is, if you want to downplay, to make it not seem as bad. Oh yeah, I had a little fender bender. Oh, wasn't that bad? Oh no, it was terrible. But for example, if a teenager wants to tell their parents they had an accident, Mom, Dad, I had a little fender bender. How's the car? Well, it's in the bottom of the lake.
That's great.
That's not a fender bender. That's a submarine.
Yeah. Fender bender.
All right. Okay, here's a tricky one. Get a foot in the door.
Get a foot in the door. What it can be? Maybe when you want to go out somewhere and you can't. I don't know.
That's a really good guess. But basically, it's just an opportunity to meet someone.
An opportunity to meet someone. Okay.
You're getting a foot in the door of their office. Now, it comes from an old phrase from back in the early 20th century, where we would have people in the United States that are called door-to-door salesmen, where they would walk up to houses and try to sell them something. If they could get the person to open the door to talk to them, they would put their foot down inside the door so they couldn't close it.
Okay.
And that's where getting a foot in the door comes from. All right. Here's one I bet you know. Call someone a chicken.
Call someone a chicken. I think I've heard this one, but I don't remember what does it mean. Call someone a chicken.
It just means.
Can you give me a clue?
Okay,
it's already there. I see.
It's hard to give a clue to that one.
Okay.
But if you're saying, "Oh, you're just a chicken," it means you're afraid, you're scared.
Chicken, yeah, afraid or scared. Okay. Call someone.
All right. How about this one? Give somebody a hard time.
Give somebody a hard time. To annoy or no. How to explain this? give somebody a hard time. Give somebody a hard time of doing something.
Sure.
That's to make difficulties. Yeah, like.
Perfect. Yes, that's it. You got it. To cause problems for someone or to make fun of them. Now, give someone a hard time can have two basic meanings to it, though. For example, if you're at work and you say, "My boss is giving me a hard time," it means they're causing you problems or making it difficult for you. But if you're going out with your friends and they're joking with you and teasing you, you can say that they're giving me a hard time, but it's fun and it's funny. So context is very important as to know whether it's good or bad. All right. How about this one? Make up your mind.
Make up your mind to decide something for
Perfect.
Make a decision, yeah.
Okay. How about go Dutch?
Go Dutch. No, I don't know this now. Go Dutch.
This is one that goes way back. It means each person pays for their own meal. So if you and I were to go out and get lunch together, and I'd say, "Oh, let's just go Dutch," means you pay for yours, I pay for mine.
Understand. Go Dutch. Okay. How you would use it? Just let's in a sentence.
Sure. Let's suppose you and I were working in an office together, and I say, "Hey, you want to go and get some lunch? We can go Dutch."
Go Dutch. Okay.
All right. How about this one? To throw in the towel.
Throw in the towel. I don't know. I have no idea.
This is a boxing term that made it into regular use. It means to quit or to give up. You know, in boxing where they're fighting each other, if the trainer in the corner throws a towel into the ring, that means stop the fight, we give up. And for example, if we were trying to do something, let's say, let's suppose I was going to say, I'm going to run a marathon. And after the first mile or two, I would have to throw in the towel because I can't run 26 miles.
Okay. To throw a towel. Throw in the towel. Throw in the towel.
Throw in the towel.
Throw in the towel.
All right. How about this one? To make sense.
Make sense. Like, yes, I know this one, but how to explain it? To make it understandable. To make something
Exactly.
To understand. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. You did good with those. Would you like to try some more?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's some. All right. How about goosebumps?
Goosebumps. It's like something exciting, thrilling. This movie is giving me goosebumps. Can I say this or not?
Yes, exactly.
Goosebumps.
And it's those bumps that are on your skin when you're scared or excited.
Yeah.
I think in Russian you call it chicken skin or bird skin.
How we call it? Yeah, something like this. Yes, good. Yeah.
All right. How about this? Touch.
Stay in contact, like yeah. Let's
keep talking
to each other. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, let's stay in
contact. All right.
Yeah.
How about to have guts?
To have guts. To have guts. To have enough. Let's see. To have enough. No. Strength. No. To speak. No.
You're close.
Yeah, not strength. I forgot the word. Not to be too. Oh, I forgot. I forgot.
That's okay. Want me to help you?
Yes, I can help you.
It's to be brave.
Yes.
To not be scared.
Not be scared. Yeah, be brave.
It's the opposite of chicken.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a tough one. Very few people get this one. Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. No,
we might say we're gonna have the party. Rain or shine.
Rain or shine. Like you at the party, you have a good time, or you just or you fail. I don't know, or you just.
Oh, that's a great guess. Not quite though.
I don't know, rain or shine. It will happen regardless of. Okay.
So whether it's raining, whether the sun's shining, if it's a good day, if it's a bad day, it's going to happen rain or shine.
Rain or shine. Okay, it will happen regardless of circumstance. I have a dog here. Sorry.
All right. How about I'm beat?
I'm beat. No, I don't know this.
That's okay. That's a hard one. It just means I'm tired.
I'm tired. Okay. Do you use it? I'm beat in the
United
States. I'm beat. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm beat. Okay. I'm beat.
I said it yesterday when I got home from work.
Really?
I'm beat.
I'm beat. Just I'm beat. Yeah. Like I'm beat.
Yep.
That's it. Okay.
And that's all it means is I'm tired.
Okay. I'm beat.
All right.
Easier said than done. That it's something is very hard to do, and like you say to someone, it's easier said.
Exactly. Yeah, you can say it all you want, but it's not going to happen that fast.
Yeah.
Easier said than done. Absolutely.
Easier said than
all right. How about it's about time?
It's about time. It means I don't know when will it happen, when something will happen. Something like this, it's about time.
Kind of. It means it finally happened.
It finally happened. It's about time. Can you give me an example?
When I told my friends, I was divorced for 6 years, 6 or 7, something like that. And when I called up my best friend up in New York and told him, hey, I'm getting married, or my other best friend in Illinois, I told them both. And my best friend up in New York said, well, it's about time. It means, good, you finally met someone.
Okay. It's about time. Okay, understood.
All right. How about to jump to conclusions?
Jump to conclusions. I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about it just means to make a decision without all the information.
To make a decision without all the information. Okay.
A lot of times you'll hear about the president of a company jumping to conclusions, or in our case, the president of a country jumping to conclusions, to make a decision without all the information.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. All right. How about this one?
Keep an eye on. Yes, I know this one. But how to? You should keep an eye on him. Like you should watch, take care of him, or like watch over him.
Exactly.
Watch carefully.
Got it.
Keep an eye on him.
Yep. I'm going to keep an eye on you means I'm watching you.
Yeah, I'm watching you.
Or if you say, keep an eye on him for me, okay? Like you're talking about, like if I don't know, if I had a small child, I'd say, hey, can you keep an eye on him? Or my dog, just keep an eye on her. All right. Here's another one for you. Remember, blue means something different in America, but this is different from the feeling blue. Totally different.
Out of the blue. Yeah, it's suddenly, it happened suddenly from nowhere or something like this.
Well done. Very few people ever get that one. Yeah, something unexpected.
Like unexpected, yes.
Yeah, the original phrase was like a lightning bolt out of a clear blue sky.
Oh.
That's where it came from. And being Americans, we just shortened it to out of the blue.
Okay. Understood. Okay, out of the blue. Because of
okay. How about to know something inside and out? For example, I would say, you know economics inside and out.
I know someone like very good, like.
Yeah, to know something like very well. Perfect.
Yeah, very well. Yeah. Something very well.
All right. How about this? Give someone a hand.
Give someone a hand. to help someone, like
Exactly, to help someone. Perfect.
Give someone a hand.
All right, and I'm gonna skip a couple of these. How about this one? Here's one that's so completely American that people don't understand it. To nuke food.
Yes, I don't understand it. Is it true to nuke food?
It is. It just means to cook in a microwave oven.
Oh, to cook in a microwave oven. I don't have a microwave oven even.
It's a very American phrase. Oh, hey, yeah, take that out of the freezer and just nuke it. Meaning, put it in the microwave oven and cook it.
No, to nuke it. Okay.
All right, and how about one more before we're out of time here? On the dot.
On the dot. I don't know. I have no idea. How can you use it?
It just means to be precise or accurate. Have you ever played with a dartboard? You know, the big thing with all the circles on it?
No.
Okay, well, a dartboard has all these circles. And the smallest circle in the middle is a little red. It looks like a little red dot. And that's where it comes from, to be accurate or precise, to be correct. Like I would say, oh, you got that on the dot.
Okay.
All right.